Hey, welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I've got a super easy weeknight leftovers user-upper of a meal for you. We're making stuffed peppers two different ways. I hope you'll stick with me. Today I'm showing you how to use up all of that leftover rice that you've had sitting in your fridge that you have to use before it goes bad. We are making my version of stuffed peppers, one Mexican inspired and the other Asian inspired. The first thing that I'm going to do is prepare the topping for the top of the stuffed peppers. This is coconut oil. You could use avocado oil, you could use butter, you could use olive oil. Mix our breadcrumbs up. I'm going to do probably about a half a cup. So that's about 2 handfuls. These are going to get sprinkled over the top of our stuffed peppers on the Asian inspired side. Give them a little mix around and our topping is done. Now we're going to work on the sauce. The intent for this sauce is to both flavor the stuffing mixture, but also to provide some moisture to the stuffing mixture. I'm going to start with a base of coconut aminos, probably all that I've got left. You could also use soy sauce here if you wanted. This is a soy-free version. A couple of lemons directly into the bowl. That's probably a solid half a cup of lemon juice. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of lemongrass that I had kicking around in my fridge. Maybe a tablespoon of that. Ground ginger, probably about a teaspoon. Pepper. The coconut and aminos are already relatively salty, so you don't need to add a ton of extra salt on this side. And I'm gonna add this gochujang, which is a Korean fermented red pepper paste. It just adds a nice bit of spice in the background. So maybe a teaspoon. Give it a taste. Tart, spicy. I think it needs a little bit something sweeter in the background, secret ingredient. I'm gonna add a tiny little bit of maple syrup. Maple syrup is a pretty inoffensive sweetener that you can kind of add to any sort of sauce that doesn't really impart too much maple flavor. It just adds some sweetness in the background. Perfect. Wouldn't change a thing. Set this to the side. The beauty of the Mexican-inspired stuffed pepper that we're doing is that I don't have to make my own sauce. I'm gonna use salsa. So, directly to my leftover rice, I'm gonna add 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of salsa. We can add more of that later if we want. Half of our protein goes in. Again, for me, that's ground beef. Onions and garlic that have just been sweated down. A couple other mix-ins, whatever you've got in your pantry or your freezer. For me, that's black beans and corn. 1/4 cup of black beans. 1/4 cup of corn that is still frozen. And I'm gonna spice it up a little bit with some of these banana pepper rings. You could use jalapeno, you could use any other type of pepper that you have in your fridge. You could even just use some hot sauce in there. A little bit of salt and pepper. A dog is getting a drink directly behind you if you can hear that. I'm gonna do the zest of 1 lime and the juice of 2 limes. And some fresh herbs. This is parsley and cilantro. Split the cilantro and most of the parsley in here. Taste test. Tastes like a delicious taco filling, which is exactly what I wanted. This one is done, off to the side. Back to our Asian-inspired dish. Rice in a bowl, again about a cup of rice. The remainder of our meat, the remainder of our onions and garlic, and about 1/2 of our sauce. I've only added 1/2 of that sauce because I don't want a ton of the sauce pooling in the bottom. Okay, add the remainder of our parsley for something green, and our cilantro. Again, literally any herbs that you have that work in the flavor profile that you're looking for can go right in. Another stir, and a taste test. Also delicious. Our fillings are ready. Our oven is preheated to 400, and now we have to deal with our peppers. A pepper is just a vessel in which to stuff some delicious leftovers. You could use a zucchini. You could use potatoes, the skins of potatoes. All sorts of different things that you could use here. For me today, it's a pepper. I love watching people cut peppers. A lot of people cut all the way around the outside. Some cut rings. My favorite way of cutting a pepper, right down the middle. Now we need to be a little strategic about the way we're gonna stuff these peppers. Sometimes I do like to cut the top off the pepper and stuff inside. I have a boatload of filling here today. I'm gonna maximize the surface area I have to stuff. So I'm gonna cut straight through, stuff them on their sides. If I'm just chopping a pepper, this is 99% of the time the way I do that. Cut it right through the stem and simply peel out the seeds and the ribs. Stems and seeds removed from all of my peppers. Before I get them into my 9x13 baking dish, I need to give this a nice spray with oil. So spray the bottom and the sides. Now it's simply a matter of stuffing and filling the pan. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but we've got some disgruntled dogs. They really want some of this pepper. Maybe we'll do that before we get going here. I've never met a dog who likes vegetables as much as the black one. Now it's time to get to stuffing our peppers. Super simple process here. Bring the pepper to the filling, spoon it in, mound it to your heart's content, toss it in. If you're particular about your flavors intermingling and you definitely don't want the salsa side to touch the soy sauce side, I would recommend using 2 separate baking dishes, but that's not the way we roll in this household. Mexican side done. We have a little bit of leftover filling. You could fry it up in the morning with some eggs. You could put it over some cottage cheese. You could eat it with a spoon. This will not go to waste. It's gonna go back in the fridge. And I am gonna put a little bit more salsa, sprinkle a little bit more of our sauce. Now it's time for our toppers, and this dish is going right in the oven. Panko with coconut oil and a little bit of cheese. If you don't eat cheese, don't put cheese on top. If you eat lots of cheese, use way more than I'm using. All right, we did it. Our stuffed peppers are going into a 400-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep a nose out for them and check them a couple times during that time. See you in a sec. 25 minutes later, and we have 8 molten stuffed peppers. So of course, it's the appropriate time to taste them. I like to serve these in bowls because they can be a little bit messy. Really good. The breadcrumbs are nice and crunchy. The pepper still has a little bit of bite to it, which I like. I didn't want a super floppy pepper. And the filling is very, very flavorful. This may be a controversial opinion, but the Mexican stuffed pepper to me feels almost like another version of a taco. It's almost like saying that a hot dog is a sandwich. I feel like it's a little bit too controversial for me at the moment, but definite taco-like flavors, which are just delicious in a stuffed pepper. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned a little bit. Would love to learn from you, so if there are ways that you use leftover rice, drop them in the comments below. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time.